Hey, good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to the Wednesday, April 20th edition of the Establish the Run NBA Injury Show. We have another fun NBA playoff three-game slate tonight, all Eastern Conference games, but some fun ones on tap. Mike, how you doing?
Allergies. My eyes are a little red, not because I'm celebrating 420. Yeah, I just got allergies today, but doing good. Yeah, pretty excited for this one.
Yeah.
A lot of chess matches going on. Doc Rivers, we thought he was at a disadvantage for coaching. He's been out coaching Nick Nurse,
Yeah.
kind of crazily, but Nick Nurse just doesn't have the pieces.
Yeah.
So it's definitely not fair. But this is what it is. He's holding his own. And the other one, Taylor Jenkins last night, did what we've all been waiting for him to do, and just yanking Steven Adams out, which we were on, but yeah, not quite the way we thought. But yeah, Steven Adams looked like a great fade. Got Miami last night. I think Chris Brown shot me out with the comment. Yeah, I've been rolling. I did have Minnesota, so I snapped my streak. But yeah, actually, I don't have anything great sides today, but we got one tomorrow though.
Yeah, for sure. I actually had a 3-0 night last night because I was on Miami side. I was on New Orleans +10 with the Scott Foster narrative, and I didn't want to go against you, but I was on Memphis for the bounce back. So,
nice.
But anyway, yeah, I mean, another fun night. Obviously, the Booker injury was a bummer. We'll talk about that obviously on the next slate the Suns are on. I don't know if that's tomorrow or the
They're Friday.
Friday. So
he's had a big history of hammies.
I know.
He hurt his left hammy earlier this year. This is his right one.
It's the other one. Yeah. So it's
but
obviously
he's hurt that one before too.
Yeah, it's a real bummer. Let's hope it's not going to linger too long. But let's dive into today's slate here. I think the only place to start, you mentioned Doc Rivers versus Nick Nurse and the personnel issues for Toronto. Obviously tonight, Scotty Barnes, doubtful, still with that ankle sprain. But Gary Trent, probable, despite some weird reports. So what do we expect from Toronto tonight?
Yeah, so Scotty Barnes is out of a boot now, which is noteworthy. He's maybe could play according to Nick Nurse. Still think he's gonna sit, but it's the Raptors. We saw Nick Nurse actually said he regretted playing Gary Trent in the last game. We saw his minutes get cut, so he's gonna probably start. But Nick Nurse said there's concerns with his breathing, which is a little worrisome, right? So we have him at 26 minutes right now. That could go up or down depending on how we're feeling. Probably up more than down. If we get some encouraging comments, we'll have to, not invest too much into it because it is Nick Nurse. But yeah, that changes a lot of things if Scotty could actually come back, and he might even give it a shot. He's young; he could definitely heal.
Yeah, for sure. And the Gary Trent stuff's weird, man. Like, I don't know why they played him last game. I always thought breathing was important, but maybe it's a little bit overrated. Yeah, I mean, Gary Trent, I hammered Gary Trent unders when he was ruled in last game, and that worked. I don't know if they'll be the same type of opportunity tonight, but I will say this, and we won't get into DFS analysis. Like, I would be very weary about.
Lose it. I think we lost it. Yeah, I assume he's going to say that. There you go. You kind of cut out for a second.
I got bounced for a second. Yeah.
You're getting weary of what?
I got bounced for a second from internet. Sorry about that.
Yeah, well, you said you're a little bit weary of the.
Just weary of the Raptors in general. I mean, I just don't think that they have the roster talent to match up with even just Scotty missing. I think it's just such a huge problem for them in this series. So while we all like Toronto at the beginning of this thing, I think we all see the way this is going.
Yeah, I guess we could. So obviously, when Trent comes back, I think that's going to affect Malachi Flynn more than anybody else. We saw Malachi guard Tyrese Maxey kind of poorly in that one. I think Boucher's minutes are still pretty safe. Boucher would definitely be tied more to Scotty Barnes. If Scotty Barnes can somehow play, so I think Boucher's minutes should be pretty safe. Definitely like him. That is in better shape as well, so that could affect minutes for Kem Birch. But yeah, Precious should be kind of safe for the most part. I think he'll find minutes even if Scotty and Trent could go. Obviously, the ceiling wouldn't be as high.
Yeah, we saw Flynn, as you mentioned, we saw him kind of get all those minutes last game. That when Trent went down, if Trent has to leave early tonight or for whatever reason doesn't play, you'd expect the same thing. We didn't see any Armani Brooks in the last game.
Yeah. They wanted him for defense. That's kind of what I was thinking when I wasn't too high on Armani, because I don't think they really care about shooting. They just Tyrese Maxey just really changed the game for how you have to defend this team.
Yeah, it's true. And obviously you see 21 minutes for Flynn there. 4 personal fouls and 1 rebound. Anyway, yeah, so we'll see what happens with Toronto. I mean, there was some weird stuff with the doubtful to in last game. So I would, not rule
Mhm.
that out for Scotty. But, for now, let's, you see the tags there.
He's
Let's
definitely in the range of questionable to doubtful. Like
Yeah.
he's got a legit shot to play.
Well, good to know and good to keep in mind. Unfortunately that game is not the first one on this slate. So if you're going to be preparing for it that way, you have to maybe keep an open mind there. Let's go to the other side of this game. Not many new injuries, but Matisse Thybulle, as we all know, not eligible to play here because it is in Toronto. Unvaccinated status for him, so ineligible to play. How do we anticipate that changing up the Philly rotation?
Yeah, Danny Green has basically iced him out pretty much. He's been getting huge minutes. We have an over on him. Feel actually really good about it, which is gross to feel like great about it. Danny Green over, but hey, they're going to need him. I think he's going to be wide open in the corners. We'll talk more about this on the show, but I expect the Raptors to make some pretty significant adjustments. Mentioned in matchups. I'm not giving it away for free this time, but so we'll see a little bit more George Yang at the 3 spot. We've seen that kind of happen just to fill some minutes, but Danny Green's minutes are secure. Tobias, a little bit more. His upside's been really high. Big defensive assignment guard in Pascal Siakam. He's been really good there, and we know Harden, Maxey, and it's going to be almost like they're the Raptors with the way they're playing their key 5 guys right now.
Yeah, for sure. It's you saw big minutes for Danny Green there. Obviously, Thybulle only played 10 in the last game. I wonder if they were trying to kind of get accustomed to life without him. And either way, Danny Green's somebody they could trust in the playoffs. So, they're playing big minutes for these guys. I'd expect to see more of that tonight. Anything else we want to hit on? I mean, the early games, Nets Celtics, I think that's the one we're all looking forward to. We still see Time Lord with the out tag there. Ben Simmons still out. Anything else you want to hit on in that game?
No, I don't think so. I think it's kind of cut and dry. We did see some rotation changes in the second half when they went smaller. Steve Nash mentioned that he wasn't really happy with how the second half started, and we saw him get away from Andre Drummond. Some foul risk too, but it just strikes me. And they got killed on the glass, and so it's kind of a tough choice for Steve Nash if he wants to prioritize switchability to kind of slow down Brown and Tatum, or does he want to keep Al Horford from dunking Oreos and dunking the basketball with his chocolate milk and basketball hoops. So it's going to be interesting, and we should see a pretty tight rotation for Boston either way.
Yeah, for sure. Really excited for that one. And then the late game is Bulls Bucks. You see George Hill with the out tag there. Bobby Portis and Jordan Nwora both probable. Anything of note for the Milwaukee side?
Yeah, just a contusion for Portis, so he should be good to go. We saw some Giannis foul trouble that got us a little bit in trouble for Portis' minutes. So I would expect Giannis to play a little bit more, Portis not to play quite as much. And then, we'll talk more about the matchups a little bit later. But they put and also I mentioned it too in 3-ball that Middleton, I expect him to get more ball handling here. Yeah, according to Budenholzer, which I think makes sense to kind of with the way the matchups are going for them. So I'm curious to see what the price tags are.
Yeah, me too. I'm going to dive into DFS right after this. Actually, no, I'm recording a podcast with Cody for Established Collection right after this, and I'm going to dive in to DFS. And I think that'll do it for us here on the Injury Show. You can catch Mike and myself. I believe it's myself. I'll confirm with Dink, but I believe it'll be me and Mike at 5:00 Eastern. First game is at 7:00 Eastern tonight. So 5:00 Eastern for the NBA DFS show behind the paywall. Matchups is up. Top plays will be up in a bit. And if you're not joining us behind the paywall, please do subscribe, all that good stuff. I would highly recommend it. We're still crushing DFS. Yeah. We're crushing DFS playoffs, man. We'll talk about that on the show too. But I mean, our projections are on. Another subscriber won the $100,000 main GPP on DraftKings last night. I know Dink's been close to some big wins. I've been close to a couple of big wins. So I mean, we've spoken about this, but I don't think any competition is as in tune with rotations and stuff that we are right now. So there's still weekly options I would recommend if you're interested in the DFS side. On the prop side as well. Yeah, cheap on the prop side.
I mean, your props package is going to be paid off tomorrow.
Exactly.
I mean, it's $34 for a week.
We are we
just get the whole thing in there.
We thought maybe we'd be hammering out a little less during the playoffs, and no, not so far. We
have 6 already today.
6 already today. We fired off a couple for today yesterday. So we're on top of everything here. Definitely recommend you check us out, but please at least give us the clicks, the likes, the subscribe.
We're going for 200 units. That's our goal. And we're at 182. We're gonna do it. I feel we're gonna do it.
Yep, totally.
I'm hoping by round 2. But we got
absolutely. Absolutely. And anyway, we'll be back at 5:00. Fun slate on tap. We'll be ready to break down all the DFS angles, Mike and myself. Really looking forward to it. I've been enjoying these playoff slates a lot. So anyway, okay, cool. So for Mike and myself, we'll see you guys at 5:00. Hopefully, if not, please do show us love. Thanks, everyone.